Hi everyone, today I have a new workout for you. I've just put it, I haven't even put it together in my head. I'm going to put it together as I go. But I want to use my new piece of equipment, my barbell and plates. And basically I just want to mention about the barbell because having a small space, I know that a lot of my readers for my blog have home gyms. And if you are considering getting a barbell, then obviously the 7-foot standard Olympic bars are far too big, and you run into difficulty then with space. And often when you're looking for shorter bars, then you have to compromise in the weight of the bar and the diameter of the bar, and end up getting weird plates and things that don't have the height. So I really wanted to get one as close to a standard bar as possible. So this bar is from, it's actually got it through Watson Fitness in the UK. And they got, the bar itself is York Fitness, or York USA. It's 5 foot, but it's a standard diameter, and it's also, I think, is 18 kilograms. So versus the 7-foot bar, which is 20 kilograms, you're not losing, obviously you're not losing much. And if it is a little bit lighter, I don't notice. So it's perfect for this particular space. And the other good thing about it is, although I don't have a squat rack here, but the standard sort of general width of a squat rack, I know it fits on that because I have a friend who has the same bar and a squat rack. So the only place you're losing sort of space is the loading part of the bar, and that's easily, it depends how much weight you're using obviously, but if you're wanting to pile on a whole load of plates, then it might not be as good. But I mean, you can probably pile on about 4 or 5 of them, so I'm sure it's fine. And the weight, it actually is strong enough to hold a lot of weight too. But for me here at home, it's perfect. I made sure to get the standard sized plates as well, so you want to get that full diameter one, at least one pair of those, so you have that height there for doing barbell deadlifts, so it's in the right position to start with, so you're not ending up doing some sort of weird deficit where the bar only comes to a quarter way up your shin, or else obviously doing barbell hip thrusts and glute bridges, the challenge is always getting the bar over. So if you are thinking about getting some sort of plates, then bumper plates are all the same diameter. So if you didn't want to go for the heavier ones, then you could get 15 kilogram bumper plates, and that would give you the height. And then you could spend a little less money on the standard type of plates and make up the weight that way. I sort of mix and match, but I know that these things cost money. So because of the flooring I have here, I knew it was going to be strong enough for using just the metal plates, the standard Olympic plates. So if you are, just use the bumper plates, much safer for your floor, and you always get the same height regardless of the actual weight of the plate. So those are things to consider. Basically that's it. I just wanted to point out that this bar is really good, and I'm really glad I got it. So I'm going to do a few exercises with it, and because I feel like using my new piece of equipment. Okay everyone, so as you can see, a couple of barbell lifts, a couple of one kettlebell and a pull-up. So the Jefferson deadlift is something that I have in my program on a regular basis, and if you're new to it, go light, just use the bar or a couple of kettlebells and really just get used to the movement before building your strength up in it. That's the most important, find that, get your range of movement and everything correct to start with, and then build up your strength. Next was the barbell hip thrust. Is pretty straightforward, staying fairly light. I mean, I wasn't going overly heavy with it, it's just keeping the reps slightly higher. Then something that I've been working on, ages ago I was chasing chin-up reps and got into a few bad habits along the way. So what I'm doing now is reducing the amount of reps that I do per set, but then doing more sets. You're still getting a good volume, but you're never running into, you know, compensating for, you know, fatigue somewhere else by maybe rounding forward into it, really focusing on bringing that sternum to the bar, keeping the core engaged. And you know, if you do keep your legs straight during that exercise, I don't with this bar, but if I have more room, I generally do keep the core engaged and the legs out, crossed over, and it really helps you squeeze your glutes, keep everything nice and straight, so you're not tempted to arch your back into it, so you're disengaging the core and getting that good shoulder position so it's back and down versus rounding forward. So I mean, it's something that, you know, I have to continually remind myself not to chase the reps and just go for form, and it's making such a difference just to how overall I've been feeling about my training lately. So then the overhead press, again, same idea, keeping the reps really short, or sets smaller but more sets, although I only did 3 today, but using the kettlebells, I haven't done that in ages. But the first set I wasn't happy, it was getting a little bit of too much of a lumbar arch, and I was seeing my ribs start to flare. Second set, I really focused on squeezing my hips forward, using my glutes, and keeping my trunk really, really tight, the abs engaged at the front, just so I was getting that mobility coming from more thoracic and shoulder versus this lumbar extension happening, and then you lose your stability. So that's something to look out for when you're doing overhead presses. Some people won't have stability, some people will lack mobility. Those are the things that you are wanting to look out for. Once your shoulder or your arm is vertical, close to your ear, your shoulder's in place, that if it's way out here, if you don't have the shoulder mobility to get back, then often we're arching here, and if we lack some sort of thoracic. So before you're doing these types of workouts, things like foam rolling through the thoracic, all up around the lats, even a little bit around the front, you know, doing shoulder dislocations, warming up, just the usual, any sort of soft tissue work does seem to have a good effect on range of movement and things during the exercises, but overall it's to do with control and understanding the movement and what you're aiming for and what you're not aiming for. So if you do struggle with that during the bar press, try the kettlebell, or, you know, obviously single arm first of all, and you know, progress from there. But I was pleased with that. I think that it was better than I have done before. And that's really it for today. Hopefully those tips will help, but overall I just wanted to try out my new piece of equipment, and that's from Watson Fitness in the UK. For anyone who is looking for that type of bar, it's great. And it is a York USA bar, so I'm sure it's available over in the States as well. and probably everywhere because York's everywhere. So that's really it for today. Hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you soon.